Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Mr. DeJoy, for your service. Mr. DeJoy, service standards have unfortunately been going down during your tenure. According to your own performance report for this quarter, I am holding this up. It says national single-piece first-class mail two-day performance was 85.9% on time, which is a 4.9-point decrease over the same period last year. That's what this quarterly report says, right?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but if you say so, yes.
Yes, sir. And the price of a stamp was 55 cents in 2020, right?
Yeah.
And the price of a stamp today is 73 cents, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So we've seen now 6 increases during your time in office. And what bothers me and what some other people have pointed out is not only has the price of stamps gone up so much, these forever stamps have now gone up 6 times during your tenure. That's 46% during a time when you say that inflation has gone up 20%. Something else has gone up, and that's your compensation, sir. Your total compensation was almost $481,000 in your first full year of pay in 2021, and your total compensation in 2024 is $561,000 all in, a 17% increase. Isn't that right?
I have no idea.
It's right here in your
Okay.
compensation table, in your
study it.
USPS report.
You pay more attention to it than I do.
I doubt that, but let's take a look at this.
I promise
During
you
your
that.
tenure, sir, you have received over $2.1 million in compensation. $2.1 million in compensation just during your tenure. So what bothers me is this. During your tenure, service standards have gone down. Affordability of mail has gone down. Your compensation has gone way, way, way up. And that's deeply, deeply troubling. Let me turn your attention to another issue, which my constituents bring this up to me all the time. Mr. DeJoy, when the mail is not delivered, for whatever reason, you're aware that letter carriers are required to complete a, quote, undelivered mail report, correct?
Yes.
Let me show you some of the undelivered mail reports that have come to our attention. This first one says, instructed to leave mail behind. Isn't that what it says?
I can't see that far.
Would you like us to
I'll
bring it
take
up
your
to you?
word for it. I'll take
Okay.
your word for it.
Let me show you another undelivered mail report. The report says, instructed to leave mail hundreds of flats. That's what this report says, right?
If you say so, I agree.
Let me show you another undelivered mail report. Instructed to leave mail behind by management. And then let me show you a fourth undelivered mail report that came to our attention. Do you see this? At the very bottom it says, quote, delivering for America, exclamation point, question mark, laughable. Isn't that what it's saying?
That's what you're saying, so I'll take your word for it.
Let me show you some images and pictures that came to us, which is highly unusual. We never received these things, but we received it recently. This is what election week looked like in Des Plaines, Illinois' post office with mail that was left behind. Election week. That's a mess. Let's show you another picture. Palatine, Illinois. This is in my district. Parcels piled on high. This is a complete mess and completely unacceptable.
So
This is not delivering for America.
This is sir?
This
Do you
is
think this
leaving
new
mail
to my
behind
tenure?
for America.
Do you think this did not exist before I got here?
This is during your tenure, sir. Let me ask you about a last topic. Are you familiar with, have you walked the halls of Cannon where they show the pieces of art from the high school art competition?
No.
Okay. When you walk the hall it's called the Cannon Tunnel, there are pieces of artwork that are hung there. All of us pick through the high school art competition a winner and display their artwork for everyone to see. It's one of our biggest sources of pride, for me at least, and I suspect for a lot of my colleagues. Recently, we had a winner declared in my district, and my district office took the art and sent it by priority mail through the U.S. mail, and it was lost in the mail. It was lost in the mail, sir. It was one of the most challenging conversations we've ever had with a constituent. A young teenager who worked her heart out creating a piece of art, and we had to tell her, we're so sorry. The USPS lost your art in the mail. Sir, this is just one story out of numerous stories in my district of people losing mail or having their mail delayed. That includes medications, that includes Social Security bills, that includes small business payments. Service standards keep going down, sir. Unfortunately, the forever stamps, the cost of them keep going up forever. And the losses and the salaries and compensation are piling up. When you say in this report, Delivering for America is working, I respectfully submit you're oblivious to public opinion. Delivering America is not working, and it needs to be returned to sender. Thank you, sir.
What would be the alternative you would offer right now?
May I answer the question?
Sure.
I think you got to live up to the service standards that the American public expects of you. Those are the service standards that you publish, that you keep lowering on this piece of paper here. This is a joke. It says here, pre-sort overnight delivery of first-class flats. The standard is 95% on time for 2024. This year, it's gone to 80%. That is ridiculous. That's not overnight mail anymore. That's kind of overnight. It might be two-night, three-night. It might be never at this point.
Those standards would not.
That's unacceptable.
That is not an accurate comparison. Pre-sort mail is not at 80%.
It's right here.
Well, I don't know what you got then. Maybe I take back everything I said I agreed to.
First-class flats, overnight, 95% is the target on-time delivery for fiscal year 2024. Do you not agree with that? Do you disagree with that?
I don't remember. So I'll say okay.
Okay. This is your enclosure from this latest report, fiscal year 25 market dominant performance targets. First class mail.
I'm gonna let you all iron this out like we did with Ms. Norton. We went gave you 2.5 more minutes.
Hold on. Let me just finish my sentence.
Finish.
This says first class flats overnight target percentage fiscal year 2025, 80%.
All right, and we can